The boy spent all his savings to buy 10 boxes of seaweed, but after frying it in oil, he found it tasted bitter and harsh. He had hoped to make a fortune selling seaweed, but now, he could not create the flavor he wanted. So he sold his computer and bought 100 more boxes. Hot oil left scars on his arms, but the taste was still wrong. Soon, he ran out of seaweed again. Just as he was about to give up and leave, he spotted a forgotten bag of seaweed on the ground. He decided to try one last time. After frying it, he noticed the seaweed was different. He quickly took a bite. The crispy texture and perfect flavor finally made him smile. At that moment, he understood why. The bag of seaweed had fallen the day before when he walked home in the rain. It had been soaked overnight, losing its saltiness and becoming soft. That was the secret to good seaweed. He immediately started packaging and selling it. The seaweed became a big hit, but when he calculated the profit, he felt disappointed. With the current margin, he could only make 1 million a year, but his father had gone bankrupt and owed 40 million. He had to find a better way to make money. One day, the boy noticed there were 3 convenience stores just one street from his home. If he could sell his seaweed in those stores, he could make a lot more. The next day, he went to the headquarters of a major convenience store chain to meet the market manager, but the manager refused to even taste his sample. He said the packaging was too large and the price too high, so it did not meet store standards. The boy said nothing and left. He hired a design company to redesign the packaging. Then he returned to the headquarters with the new version, but the receptionist said the manager was in a meeting. The boy waited the whole day, only to realize the manager was avoiding him. Frustrated, he left, throwing the seaweed to the elevator operator on his way out. A buyer rode the elevator and noticed the new package. He grabbed a few packs out of curiosity. On the way back to his office, he opened one and started eating. The taste was so good he even licked his fingers clean. Then he shared the seaweed with co-workers and even the manager. That was how the boy got called back to the company. The manager decided to place the seaweed in 72,000 convenience stores nationwide. But there was one condition: the factory had to meet hygiene standards. This troubled the boy. He did not have a factory. So he sold his car, rented a factory on the outskirts, and quickly renovated it. He also hired workers. But during the inspection, the manager saw that the workshop lights were missing, the drainage was exposed, and workers wore no gloves. He gave the boy 3 days to fix everything. The boy accepted all the advice and worked hard to fix every problem. Finally, the inspection report came. He stood in the sunlight, excited, reading the paper. It said he passed. 2 weeks later, he signed a deal with the snack company. 2 years later, he paid off all his father's debts. Many years later, his seaweed business reached 15 billion in sales. He even owned a seaweed farm.